Want to design your dream home? The Deadline Design team will show you how it's done.
Isn't it incredible?
Amazing.
Together with builder Mike Griggs and designer Yasmin Janine, we'll give you an exclusive insight into the design process by following a variety of different owners on hugely different budgets.
About 350,000.
50 to 70,000.
With wildly different tastes.
Minimalist, vintage, Scandinavian maybe.
But all desperate to meet a looming deadline.
We've been operating without an oven for 11 weeks.
I'm not cooking outside for winter.
The pressure's on us to wow them.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Oh, it's beautiful. Far out. You're amazing.
Shaynna versus Helen.
Tonight, retiree Helen gives us a hard time.
I'm trying to be patient.
You don't have one patient bone in your body.
We're at odds over style,
Trying to recreate those elements is going to make it feel a little bit twee.
budget,
Oh, now you're going to tell me I can't afford any of it.
and bathroom.
I can, there's nothing I can do about it.
Have I met my match?
I wanted to see how far I could push you.
Yeah, well, I think you've sort of got to that point.
Apartment living is on the up, and Helen Phillips is a prime example of the trend. She's on the brink of selling her 4-bed house in Brisbane and moving to a 1-bed apartment back in her native Melbourne. And she's chosen the city's old docks area, Port Melbourne, for its buzzing street life.
The best thing of being able to just wander off down the road is to be able to go down to the cheese shop, get my favourite cheeses. That'd be lovely, thank you. Get a good bottle of red wine. I'd like to make my own bread, so to have that platter and to be able to share that with friends. Late afternoon on the balcony here, we very happily spend a couple of hours sitting here watching what's happening out there in the city, and the skyline just never, ever disappoints.
Helen initially bought the 55 square metre unit as an investment to rent out. Now she's retiring here and wants to make it feel like her real home.
This time, it's a renovation, totally selfish. It's purely for me. I want it to reflect my personality, whatever that might be, whether that's seen as being a bit of a neat freak or a bit of a freak full stop. Not sure, but I would like it to reflect my personality.
But she also plans to travel half the year and rent the place out while she's overseas. Her next trip is 8 weeks away, so the deadline is tight.
I think I need an airfare that will take me from here, say, to Paris. I will have one of my home exchanges coming to exchange here while I'm staying in their place. More than happy to be guided as to where we start, what we do, what we end up with. Looking forward to it. It'll be a challenge. It'll be fun, I hope.
Helen's about to retire. She's travelled the world and lived this really large life that she's trying to condense into a 1-bedroom apartment. It is a huge challenge and I'm up for it. I just hope Helen is.
Hello.
Oh, lovely to meet you.
Morning.
Oh, beautiful.
Come on up.
I get to see what level we are.
3. Where would you like to start?
Well, let's start in the main areas, I think. That's a good idea.
Now, I'll let you do... There's not much room for both
Oh, my
of us,
goodness.
so I'll let you go through first.
It's not big, is it?
No.
The compact unit has a simple layout. The bathroom is straight off the hallway. Beyond is the bedroom. Then to the right at the end of the hall is the kitchen, dining and living area. Helen wants me to overhaul everything bar the bedroom.
Kitchen, living, pretty much everything room.
I'm actually standing here going, so hit me. Hit me with the problems.
Somebody that likes to bake, I do bread.
Yeah.
I actually have absolutely nowhere to do that.
Yeah.
If I want to get into here, I actually can't do it.
Yeah.
This looks a bit strange.
Yeah. I'm quite sure I know why.
2 reasons. When I went to buy a fridge, oops.
Yeah. It
doesn't fit.
It's not the right height.
It's not the right height. Second aspect was, where do you put a microwave here?
Yeah.
I had nowhere to put it, so that had to be the compromise with that.
So
Yeah,
this is all
yes.
about making it to fit
And
you
most people
now.
probably don't do things that I do, like the bread and the pastries and the baking and the roasts and all the cooking, and I need space for that.
Right,
So
okay. And how does this dining living space work for you?
I love the stainless steel. It is what I want. It's just that I don't particularly want to have to use that for the baking, for the office, for...
Okay.
So size-wise, that's a nice, you know, I can have 8 people around there, around the table.
8?
Yes, I can get 8 people around the table.
Very good.
We have to all stand up.
You have to stand up and be squashy.
And be squashed in.
So is dinner parties important? Then, if you're saying 8 people,
Yeah, I mean,
dinner parties?
yes.
You certainly get close and personal at Helen's dinner parties. Let's see if the bathroom's on the same scale.
So here we are in the bathroom.
What is the thing that bugs you the most? What is your...
Quite a few things. First of all, there is nowhere to put anything on that bench. It's not wide enough, it's not long enough. These cupboards look as though they would have fantastic storage. You can't fit anything in. Then we have what I call the killer bath.
Yeah.
This is designed to kill somebody, hopefully not me. So let me just demonstrate.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, here we go. Oh, look, we step up like that.
Yeah, I've been into a lot of hotels like that.
And then, whoops.
Yeah.
So these very elegant little additions are there to
make it safe.
Yeah.
Do you want a bath or do you want a shower in the end?
No, I think now it's nice, clean, walk-in shower.
Because in an apartment like this, you don't have to have a bath.
This cookie-cutter apartment has some big design flaws, and because they're in such a small space, those flaws are amplified. But Helen has an ingenious fix for the hallway.
I could turn this into my office. So what I had in mind was a little hole in the wall, perhaps, where I can have my computer, have my little printer, somebody buzzes, they're coming up, I can just shut it all up. That's one of the things I want to have, is some sort of workstation that's not stuck in the middle of where I am at the moment.
And you need it sort of away.
It's a really good idea, but she's less clear-sighted when it comes to design and budget.
So explain to me what you think your style is.
What I would call sort of an industrial warehouse commercial feel.
That's quite a challenge in such a small space. OK, let's get to the nitty-gritty.
How much do you want to put into this?
A budget of around 40,000.
OK, so about 40K. We've got a kitchen, we've got a bathroom, we've got flooring. A bathroom can, because we're gutting it, we're waterproofing, we're doing new everything. You know, you're looking anywhere, depending on the quality of fittings, from 10 to 18,000.
Yep.
No matter the size.
And I'm not
of the
going to go
apartment.
cheap and nasty.
No,
so
exactly.
That I accept that.
Yeah. If I pushed you a bit more than that, to about 50, 55, if you think it's worth it for you to get it right.
If it works, if you give me the reasons, once I make that decision, that'll be it. Yep, done, dusted.
And how long does it take you to make that decision?
Oh, how long is that piece of string?
Yeah, it's very short.
So my mission is to create an industrial look in a tiny space, on a tiny budget, in a tiny time frame. That's quite a challenge. The industrial look Helen hankers for started back in the 70s in New York. People looking for affordable housing in chic inner-city locations began converting old warehouses and factories to living spaces. Often they were artists and musicians, cash poor and imagination rich. So they used what was already there. Exposed ducting and pipes on the ceilings, exposed brick on the walls, globes hanging from leads, all surrounded by metal and battered timber. You don't have to move to a loft to achieve this look, but it does work best in open-plan spaces with high ceilings. And that's the total opposite of Helen's place. So I've brought her to a warehouse that epitomises the industrial, so she can see the limitations of her apartment.
Hello.
Good morning.
We're on the same page on this one, I tell you.
Great minds.
I know. Well, what would you expect? Look.
Ooh.
Come on up.
Wow. A little bit bigger than my place, I think.
A little?
A bit, smidge.
Yeah. So this is really sort of that big oversized warehouse feel.
is.
We've got, you know, the windows, we've got the rafters. The height is amazing, and it's got this beautiful flow of texture.
And these are my colours, white, yes, with the dark.
Yeah.
That sort of, that timbery feel about it. Love the floorboards.
The floorboards, incredible. Yeah, yeah, everything about here is
it's
really,
good.
really
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah,
this is fine.
this is your feel.
This is okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few different lights here at the moment, but they've all got the same theory of being exposed globes. The way it's hanging on the ladder and the exposed leads and everything, that sort of really typifies what that industrial sort of feel is, with everything sort of exposed.
Well, interested to see how that might work in my little abode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Helen is thinking on an industrial scale, but I need to bring her back to reality.
If you had a space like this, it would work.
True.
To me, it is a big problem, because what is going to happen is we've just got normal 2.4 ceilings, and trying to recreate those elements is going to make it feel like a bit themed and a little bit twee, in the fact that you're trying to make it something that it's not. Do you feel now that the warehouse industrial isn't really the direction that you need to go?
Well aware that I can't recreate
Yeah.
this because I don't have that size and the scale.
I think Helen's beginning to accept that she can't achieve a complete industrial look in her apartment. She sent me some inspiration pics that are definitely illustrating a more practical approach.
She's shown me a kitchen that's got a bit of black in it and stainless steel, which is definitely what she's after. And then we've got these doors, which we were looking at the big old doors in the warehouse, and I really like this look and the shelves. So to me, that's the look sorted. But because it's such a tiny place, it's all about the functionality. So we've got some pull-out shelves here, we've got some drawers over here, and I think because it's such a tiny space, it's all about making sure it functions internally.
It looks like I'm winning the design battle, but I'm glad the reinforcements are here.
So Helen loves industrial.
Yep.
And she just can't have full industrial. It's just not the place for it. So she's slowly coming to terms with some industrial elements that we can sort of spread out to make it feel more industrial. The biggest challenge, which is for you, Mike, is because we're an apartment building, we're working with kitchen and laundry, so we've got plumbing. So it's about moving a few plumbing points, not far, but to see how they can work.
So we're in a block of units, so we do have that problem with the body corporate issues in there. As always, we've got that permission handled, and there's going to be some problems with maybe moving any drainage and waste in there, so I really need to get in and have a look at that.
Yeah.
And we can sort of have a bit of discussion about that later.
Beautiful. So, yes, Helen had this wonderful idea, and I quite like it, of putting her office in this wide hallway because there's not a lot of room.
Yeah.
So she had this idea of the office hanging on the wall, in the wall. Trouble is we've got a laundry there.
Well, I think it'd be really nice to actually create a bit of a recess in here and then having a door that opens that way, and then she can have sort of still a decent sized desk in there, and maybe that door when it opens has some hanging capabilities.
Definitely needs that, because even though, you know, the office is there, it needs to store everything.
Yeah.
She hasn't got room to have it here, then bring it over to there. So she needs that to be a self-contained office.
Yeah. Do you still want to do something here with the laundry?
Well, yeah, we can't get rid of
it's
the
pretty
laundry.
tight. So, yeah, if you don't mind sharing, then we could definitely look and do something like that.
Beautiful.
So I need to look at that wall as well.
Yeah.
Whether it's a brick one or a timber and plasterboard one.
Cool.
Helen's gone back to Brisbane after emptying the apartment, ready for us to get going, as our deadline is super tight. She's also started the demolition, and left us a few handy hints.
Okay, remember I said she wanted to have a desk in the hallway? She's drawn it for us, even on the floor. So obviously we are changing the carpet. I hadn't quite said we can afford it yet. So anyway, she's assumed that. This is sort of the area to punch out, and behind there is the bathroom, and every millimetre is going to make the difference here.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Tight.
Very tight.
Well, it's tight. I mean, can you hear that fan in there? That's it. Oh, that's the laundry. That's what we've got to try and kick into.
So the nook's jumping in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of things to move off the wall, a bit of electrical.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Move that along.
So you'd only really be able to punch in about 300, maybe?
If that. Because I think we're going to have to steel the thickness of the wall for it.
Yeah.
And then at the back of it, not put a wall, maybe do some melamine or something.
Yeah.
And that way we can sort of like get as much value out of that space as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so using the melamine as the wall itself.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe.
If you've just got a washing machine in there, I guess it should suffice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to put a shower there, but, you know, we're in apartments, so it's one of those things, can we do a straight walk-in?
We can do a straight walk-in. She doesn't want a tub anymore. She doesn't relax.
No,
It's
doesn't
straight
like
on
that.
shower, just Yep, we can do a straight walk-in, but we're going to have 4 to 1 back area, so let's utilise the floor waste at the back and fall it to that.
And then just some cabinetry or something. I think even though it's tight for, you know, a desk, a laundry and a bathroom, this is quite a good space though.
Yeah, the length of it's good.
Yeah.
It's probably the longest part in the apartment. Oh, wow.
We've walked through the basics and, you know, she wants new flooring, new kitchen, new bathroom, new furniture. Like, you know, she only gave me 40. I've pushed her for a bit more money, so I'm trying for 60, see what we can do. Maybe a little bit more. I think we're going to go over.
I think we're going to need it.
Well, she's already pulled out the kitchen, so it's a point of no return, really.
Yeah. I've got to ask, is this...
Well, that's hers. She loves it. She uses it as an island bench. So it's one of those things that I think because we've got that line there, it limits what you can do. I'd like to see it, we can turn it around the other way maybe. It can be an island bench if we want.
It's so long for the space.
Yeah. So we're going to have to be creative in just the simple things, like, you know, just really base palette, maybe you can go out and find some really fun things that just puts a bit of life into it so it doesn't become bland.
Bit of work ahead of us.
Well, you know, you should have this done in about 3 days,
As you do.
Yeah?
Okay.
All
Can we
right.
try
Looking forward to it.
4 days?
4 days? I don't know. How generous can you be, Mike? Can we go 3 or 4?
Come on, you lot. Let's get to work.
Coming up, Helen gets ratty over rugs.
Don't know what to say, really.
Mike turns up the heat in the kitchen.
If I pull it out, we're going to lose the ceiling.
Yas seeks inspiration for her office inner wall.
He's a keeper, for sure.
But can we make Helen happy? Helen Phillips is retiring. She's downsizing from a 4-bed home to a 1-bed apartment in Port Melbourne.
Once a Melburnian, always a Melburnian.
She wants the flat to reflect her personality, but it must also be rental friendly as she plans to spend half the year travelling. And her next overseas trip, our deadline, is booked and coming up fast.
With time so tight, we need to get moving on with this project. Just on the ladder. So part of the rework we're going to do here in the bathroom is to get rid of the bath completely. Helen's just finding it with her age now a little bit hard to step into the bath, so it's going to go completely, and that's going to make Helen's life a whole lot easier.
While Mike rips her unit apart, I'm putting together a design concept for Helen's small space.
Helen wants that industrial loft look, but due to the size of her apartment and where she is, it just doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is take the elements of what says industrial, raw timbers, concrete, black, white and stainless steel. But to really make it work, I need to inject lots of pops of colour. Just have to sell that to Helen now.
It's time for Helen to see what I'm planning for her apartment. It's already agreed that she'll be getting a new kitchen with more space for baking, a new bathroom with walk-in shower and better storage, plus we'll be building an office in the hallway and creating a whole new look in the living room with new furniture and accessories. Now we have to nail down the details, starting with the bathroom.
We've reconfigured the bathroom very simply. So we've got rid of the swing door, put in a cavity slider,
Yep.
So that actually goes into the wall, which allows us to free up this area. But because you wanted the little desk in there, which I think is a fantastic idea.
You've managed to find that.
Well, we're going to cut into it. So rather than just having something that sits there and lifts off, that will tack into there. Then we have this massive vanity with lots of storage, have a new toilet, and then we have our new walk-in shower.
That's all fine. That looks good. Love that.
Next, I'm taking Helen into the life-size mock-up of her kitchen living space.
This is a full-scale model of your space. So this is actually the space of your kitchen, your living. That is your view through your window.
Yep.
And then if you look at here, we've got this full bench space here that actually will have your sink, your cooktop. But at the moment, your kitchen bench ends there.
It's about there, yeah.
So you've
so it's
actually
giving me
got
that
this.
much
So
more.
it's giving you this. This will be where your fridge goes, and that is your combination of your pantry and the locked cabinet.
Right.
So it's still got the L shape, but it allows you to get appliances in here. It allows you to have things staying where they need to be, and it's all that bench space you need for cooking. And by doing that, we also get more storage.
Yes. It actually makes it seems a lot bigger than that existing space.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is incredible.
Yeah,
Huge,
perfect. So it
huge
feels
difference.
good?
Yeah, it's good.
Wow, for Helen, that's practically gushing. She's got a good grasp of the changes to the layout. But now I want to give her a glimpse of the textures that will start to bring in the industrial elements she likes.
So this is where the base palette really comes together. Here we have our flooring, it goes all the way through. Then we have our base cabinets of the kitchen, right there.
Yep.
And then we have above the top, up high, which is away from there, is our blonde timber with our panel. And then we have our laminate bench top. So you said to me that you weren't worried about whether it's laminate or stone,
I'm not.
but it comes down to pricing. Because the reason of doing the black bench top is that our base cabinets are black and our bench top is black. So when your surfaces meet, it makes the space feel bigger.
Hate to tell you, fine.
Let's see if my next suggestion for her living room rug goes down as well.
Okay, so I'm going to turn around and show you one more thing.
One more.
One more thing that I think you need to push yourself on. Okay? So you ready?
I think.
Okay,
Yes.
turn around.
Don't know what to say, really. We were going so well up until this point.
think- well,
we
you
were
know
doing,
what?
we were just really getting there.
What it is actually artwork. So it's actually a Melbourne artist who's turned her art into a rug. And what it is about this is that putting an energy of colour on the floor means that when you walk into a room, you have a punch of colour. So something that's really going to...
Certainly have a
It's
punch of
Definitely
colour.
a punch of colour. I wanted to see how far I could push you.
Yeah, well, I think you've sort of got to that point. Important.
Okay. Now comes to the reality of budget because...
Oh, now you're going to tell me I can't afford any of it.
No. To get everything that you want, your budget would have to double.
See the floor? Mm-hmm. I just fell on it.
Yeah. So really, you know, you have to work out what the compromise in because that's not for me to do.
No, that's fine, and yeah.
So Helen has some thinking to do. She's already given the go-ahead to rip out the kitchen and bathroom, so her options are limited. She could compromise on the quality of the fixtures and fittings, or she could decide not to buy new furniture. Decisions only the owner can make.
It's now only 4 weeks till Helen goes overseas. We've started the demo, but we've been on hold till Helen decides on her budget. She's now opted on up to $80,000 so she gets the quality and the surfaces that she expects. So finally, we're back on.
Over at Helen's, work is well underway. But Mike's discovered a problem in the kitchen.
Part of the kitchen work was to put in a bigger pantry. Now, to do this, Shaynna's asked me to remove this section of the wall. I've got up here and had a look, and I found that the ceiling is attached to the timber framework. If I pull it out, we're going to lose the ceiling. So, big problem. So I'm going to have a little chat to Shaynna and see what we can do.
We're on a mission to transform Helen's tiny cream apartment into an edgy industrial pad. Our deadline is to get the place ship-shape and ready to rent by the time she heads overseas. Mike's cut the hole in the wall for Yass's study nook.
Ah, voila.
The bathroom's been ripped out. But the kitchen is giving me headaches. The plan is to create an L-shaped work surface to give Helen more bench space. I need to move the pantry and fridge to the other end, but there's one bit of wall standing in my way.
Hello. I brought the cavalry. Gareth,
Great.
Mike.
Gareth, nice to meet you.
Now, he's the cabinet maker. He literally has the saw on the laminate. So I thought I'd bring him here so that we get all the measurements ready and then he can just go back and get it done.
It's perfect timing because we've got a small little issue. This is supporting the ceiling.
Right.
And it's also supporting our electric box in here.
Yeah.
So we can't really remove it. If we did, a lot more
So it's
cost.
actually, supporting the ceiling.
Yeah.
All right.
Just up the top here.
Okay, then.
Through.
So how much are we losing here?
Probably about 80 mil.
About 80 mils. So it's really tight here. We've got that pull-out pantry. I can't lose that. So can we... Do we have time to lose a bit on the bench top?
Yep, no problem.
Crisis averted. And now Mike's on the case to ensure there are no more problems.
We've got tiles coming, we've got toilet coming, and taps coming.
Yep, absolutely. The tiles, next half hour,
Yep.
the toilet. That should all be here today.
Yeah, fabulous.
So I doubt that will hold you up, but if something doesn't come, give me a call. And now we've got the electrician working in,
here.
lighting's happening.
Plumbers in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. There's about 5 people in here, in that tiniest bathroom.
It is such a small space, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting there. I know the schedule is tight, but
Yeah.
it's not looking too bad.
Meanwhile, I'm doing some problem solving of my own. I've realised creating this study nook in the hall is a tricky proposition. So I've got absolutely no depth to play with, so all of my solutions have to work up. So I've started playing around with some ideas on how to go about that on the back side of the door, integrating some storage which will slip right underneath the work surface and also hold some magazines and papers and things like that on the back. I can't find everything off the shelf because it's all got to be custom made to size, so it's got to be a combination of off the shelf and custom pieces, so I've got quite a bit of work to do.
We've already run across a couple of issues in the kitchen, but the bathroom's brought its own problems.
So then we've got the killer bath. Whoops.
Helen wanted her killer bath taken out and replaced with a walk-in shower that was level with the floor. When we demolished the bathroom and removed the bath, we found the lower half of the wall framing missing. So before we go any further, we had to rebuild this wall framing. Without a wall frame, we can't attach our new wall sheets and we won't have a nice, tight, waterproof shower. But that's not the only problem. Putting in a false floor left us with a pile of plumbing to hide. The strata has to approve any structural changes in the unit, and we can't cut through the concrete slab into the apartment downstairs. So we had to install a step to hide it. Not sure what Helen's gonna think.
Maybe Yass's cute study nook will take her mind off it.
So how are you going with this?
Yeah, good. I guess we maybe need to quickly chat about budget.
Always.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I've got some great alternatives to the inside of the nook. So leather tabs for the handles to both storage units I've got covered, which really cost effective. I guess the one thing we're probably going to have to look at doing a different way is the custom perforated magazine holders to the door.
Yeah.
So they're coming in a lot more than we'd initially budgeted for, which is obviously they're custom. So looking at finding an alternative solution to that.
Yeah, when you go shopping and looking for things off the shelf, I really need you to find things that you can dress the whole place with.
Yeah.
So I need some flowers to dress the table, something for the sideboard, a table lamp. some things to go on the ottoman, so we need a tray and some bits and pieces that will sort of settle that in. We don't have to go crazy with the accessories, but the main thing
less is more, but they have to be functional.
Exactly, just needs to look finished, and just something simple for the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a shopping list. So,
yeah, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I know you've been champing at the bit to get in here.
Have I what?
But this is sort of the time which isn't the good time, because this is where all the bad things are shown. Okay, so let's get into the bathroom. So our bath was there, hence that we have a problem here. So we couldn't cut into the floor because it's someone's ceiling downstairs. This is a substructure that we can't cut into.
Yeah.
Which means...
Yeah, I guess it just changes the whole concept of what we had in mind.
Exactly. It was meant to be that big,
which is a bit disappointing, but I can, you know, there's nothing I can do about it.
So you're coping?
Coping.
Oh, you're good. You're coping till she falls apart when you leave. So this is where we come down to your massive hallway.
Yes, the bowling alley.
And this will be your nook.
Right,
so it's quite a wide space.
It is.
Stand in front of it. Go on, stand in front of it as though you're on your knees. Go on, there you go. Beautiful. See, wiggle, wiggle.
That's good. Excellent.
All right, so into the vast abyss here, which is the rest of your house. Look, no kitchen.
Yay.
And then this is your flooring that goes all the way through.
I like it.
Oh, I wasn't thinking you were for a second. But the good thing about this flooring is now that you've got that one look all the way through, because you had something, you know, carpet in there, then you had two different surfaces here as well.
Yeah,
so all of a sudden, this is flowing into there now and into there. So it's actually going to give you so much more flexibility of how you arrange when you have dinner parties and things like that.
Which is good.
So hopefully by the next time you come, we're pretty much done.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow? I'm trying to be patient.
You don't have any. You don't have one patient bone in your body.
Have a little tiny one.
And I think you broke it.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I've finalised my plans for the study nook and ordered the bespoke pieces. I've got a budget of just $2.5 grand for this project, so now I'm on the hunt for ready-made items to complete the look. I want to find a panel for the back wall, and this Danish design shop is one of my faves. What I love about Hay is how they think about design and how clever it is. Not only are the colours nestled together, everything fits in this store so perfectly, like a little puzzle. So this is the perfect piece for Helen's desk nook. It's an all-in-one integrated piece. It's got an integrated shelf which you can kind of move around, as well as a cork one, a tackable surface. It's even got pencil holders which you can attach as well. So this is a really perfect find. The only issue I have is whether or not it's going to fit in there. I've got 900 to play with and it's just under 900, so he's a keeper for sure.
Time's running out fast, but at least the kitchen's arrived. This is the big ticket item for Helen. Without counting tiles, flooring and labour, we spent roughly $9,000 on this area. And thankfully, it all fits. Oh, mate, you're good.
Made to fit.
So what we've done, we've got the fridge cupboard in, we've got the pantry cupboard in, we've got the last cupboard going in now, which is a special lockable one. Also, we've got the bottom cupboards in here. We've got next to put up the wall cupboards. We've got the bench top to go on. We've got the splashback to go in. It's still going to be a long afternoon.
Black cabinets and a black laminate worktop aren't everyone's cup of tea. But the two colours flow together and next to that flooring make the space look bigger. And the sliding blonde timber doors with metal hinges are another homage to the industrial. kitchen is all about black, white, timber and metal. To tie in the living room, I'm going for another industrial look with this leather sofa. But we need a punch of colour. So I'm taking Helen rug shopping. Rugs.
Here we are.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
The rug really needs to make a statement, but Helen doesn't like strong colours and was definitely unimpressed with the rug I showed her in the pitch room.
Don't know what to say, really.
If you do a very neutral rug, it becomes quite bland. And we need something that's really got an energy to it that's going to make a statement.
Yep.
It's neutrals versus colour and unique colour.
Shaynna versus Helen.
This is the rug I'd choose, but Helen's not keen.
It looks better in the flesh than it did in the photo. I'll grant you that. I don't dislike it.
Look how well it goes. Those floorboards come alive and the leather is a real contrast.
Look, I won't say no.
Okay.
We've got a week and a half. I need a yes.
In my heart of hearts, I know that would look really good. You go have a look at a few other rugs.
Okay.
Take it in and then we
Show
can...
you what I think. That'd be great.
Off you go.
See you in a minute. That one.
I could live to regret this. Helen needs a statement rug for her living room.
I don't dislike it.
She's rejected my choice and gone for this one instead.
Okay. It's very primary colour. It works with all those tonings. It actually feels vibrant on all of those. Look, this comes down to how you're going to feel. To me, this is the right kind of movement. It's got the colour in it. So I think pop that on the floor.
And then we'll make a decision.
For someone who doesn't like colour, that's pretty bold. And those strong lines may make it hard to work with.
All right, let's pop that there. And that's going to work with it. So if this one is the one that makes you happy, we go with that one.
Puts a smile on the dial.
Well, that's all we're after, isn't it?
So we both win. The only loser is Yas, because she now has to find accessories to match it.
I just got a text from Shaynna, and it's the rug that Helen's chosen. It's really loud. This is going to be really hard. This is cloisonné, and it's the way the French used to enamel usually a copper object. And then they'd fire them and polish them, and voila, something like this would come about. So this is actually a really good find. But we need to try and pair it with something a little bit less colourful and adventurous. So these guys that I had seen before work really well, but it's whether or not we want the colourful element to be the hero or the shapes and sizes of these smaller elements.
I think I'm going for colour, but I still need something to unify this room.
The rug we've got to work with has a very strong black running through it. So this is a way to tie the whole room together, but also provide that beautiful glimpse of greenery in the corner, which everyone loves.
Work's coming along at Helen's. The kitchen is in, the floor is laid, the doors have been installed in the bathroom, and the painters are here. The key to industrial is having neutral walls. So Shaynna's chosen a light grey shade, mink Scorpio, on the walls and Miss Universe a bright white on the trims.
The deadline is looming, and I'm excited to see how work's progressed. And there's the little matter of fitting out my study nook.
Hey!
Hey!
How are you?
Good to see you.
I've created storage by putting in overhead cupboards and this neat little unit on the back of the door.
So this still needs to get painted, leather handles attached to doors. This needs to get cut down, again, handles attached. Dowel needs to go in for wall light attachment. Then this needs to get fixed to the back of the door. This is a custom leather pouch we did, some magazine holders. Yeah, there's heaps.
How's it all going? Wow, there's a few of you here. Hi.
Hello!
Hi, everyone.
Welcome, Shaynna.
How's it all going?
Oh, look, it's mayhem, but we're getting there.
Loving it.
We're getting there.
It still looks like chaos, but things have really come together. The bathroom's pretty much finished with its new suite and those black fittings that scream the industrial style I'm after. I've used the black fittings in the kitchen too, and I've used the same tiles in both rooms as well. Using similar materials in different rooms of a small space really unifies it.
Oh, wow, how good's that look? Look
Is
at
it?
these.
Oh, we're getting there, aren't we?
They're beautiful and such a beautiful smooth action.
Yeah.
I am so impressed. That's come up so well.
Yeah.
And the tiles, like, you know, originally I wanted white here, but when I saw the black ones in there, I just thought, nah, we have to go the black route. So I'm really glad
liking how it's both come together with the stainless steel as well. You've done great choices here.
I'm really pleased with the way this design's coming together, and Yas's concept for the study nook is looking great.
So basically, we want them kind of like, yeah.
It looks pretty hot. Can it go back a little bit?
You mean that way?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just that that hits.
Oh, okay then, fair enough.
You can move this around and have it.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Oh,
like
nice.
that.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Time to tackle the living room.
Good on you, Luke. Push.
I'm keeping this room simple. A sofa, a matching ottoman, and a TV unit on the opposite wall. The furniture is low profile and on legs, all of which helps to make the space seem bigger.
This is a new one for you?
Yes, this is.
Well, every hand helps on this.
Yeah.
These black stools scattered in the kitchen, dining and living room again tie the space together. Also, leather and black. Industrial. Tick. One last finishing touch. Let's unleash the beast. Grab your sunnies.
Oh my God.
All right. Okay. So it's not exactly what I would have chosen, but that's okay. It's not my house. It's got to go right down to there, and the ottoman will go on it. And I actually think it'll be quite gorgeous for her, and I think that's her colours.
Look, she wanted it. We're giving it to her.
And we're making it work. Yeah, done. Okay, perfect. It'll actually go like that.
In fact, I think we've made the whole place work.
Looking pretty good.
We've brought it in by the deadline and bang on our $80,000 budget. We spent a whopping $46,000 on labour, $9,000 on the bathroom, $9,000 on the kitchen, $2,000 on the study nook, and the remaining $14,000 on floors, other fixtures and furniture.
I think she's going to be blown away because in her mind she wouldn't have envisaged this. She had such a tight control of how she wanted it to look, and I actually have taken a few design licenses and changed a couple of things, so I hope she comes to the party on that one, but to me it all works.
Oh, I can't wait to see her face.
Either can I.
Helen's arrived. I don't know who's more nervous, her to see the changes or me to see Helen's reaction. She does have a knack of making me feel like I'm in school again.
Hello! I'm letting you into your own house. Oh. You excited?
I am so excited.
Excited, nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think you will be nervous, but at the same time, I think you're actually going to be really surprised.
Oh, I'm sure I'm going to be surprised.
Yeah, that's a way to put it. Wow. Come on in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Helen wanted to lose the bath and have a walk-in shower. And have way more storage.
We'll have a look at all your storage now too.
Just have a little look in here first. I mean, this is very exciting. Just make sure, you know, I've got little... Oh, yes.
Look how much storage you've got. You never had that before.
No, I haven't.
Then you've got all this storage in here.
Yep. Great.
Great.
And what does she think of the industrial touches? The subway tiles and the black fittings?
The black's fine.
When you say fine, to me that's like, that is amazing.
Yeah, that is.
To get that from you.
Yeah, to get that from me, to say
Perfect.
that is fine.
Excellent.
As in,
yes,
no need to change anything.
I think I could be in for an A grade here.
Doors are nice.
Doors come up beautiful.
Yeah, they did.
It gives that
good.
beautiful, you know, vertical and horizontal lines in here, so it makes this room
Can I have a little play here?
You can have a little play.
Oh, look.
It matches.
Matching doors.
We're on a roll, so I'm going to move onto the hole-in-the-wall office that Helen came up with.
Ah.
This was just a wall, and now Yasser's amazingly clever design skills have created this.
So you've got storage in here. You can put folders in there, magazines.
there,
You got storage in here.
Lovely.
Pull this out.
Okay, so it is a pull-out.
Your laptop goes on there.
Yeah.
You can sit under there. So do you think we've covered it all?
Yeah, I think we're clever. The doubters out there, nah. It's actually a great idea.
I think
And
it's
it
wonderful.
works well.
Now, the big one, the kitchen living space. Will this satisfy our baker and entertainer?
Come on, hold my hand.
I'm looking down. Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
I'm taking it in.
know
I'm
you're
taking it in.
I've had bigger reactions, but I think we've all worked out that Helen ain't the gushy type. Previously, the kitchen just didn't work for her. Now the bench space has doubled, the microwave has found a home, and we've fitted in a full-size fridge and roomy pantry.
The main thing is you've got these beautiful feature sliders. That means you don't need handles. We've got cute little industrial brackets.
You have?
Yes. And so you can have all your plates on display if you want, accessories on display, and then you've got the reflection of what's happening here on your stainless steel.
That's actually worked
Yeah.
quite nicely.
Last but not least, the living room. And that rug.
Bright. You know, I like it.
I actually
Obviously,
really
I
like it.
because I chose it. It is bright. That I'm going to have to get used to.
So, what's the final verdict?
You wanted something different.
I was
you
just
wanted
going to say,
out of your comfort zone.
It is not the cream cookie cutter. I'm happy.
You're happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
Fine from you, for me, is a
that
gold
means
star.
That's a gold star. Yay! Yeah, as I said, God, aren't we clever? So clever.
I knew she'd crack eventually.
Those little tears is everything I could have wished for. And it's only because...
They just, you know, I can do them just like that.
Yeah, I doubt that.
No,
I doubt that very much.
I'll just go and powder the nose.